Hi, my name is Mara Thompson. I'm 25 years old, and I live in Chicago. I've always prided myself on being creative, diligent, and collaborative, especially at work and in group projects. But one person, my friend Olivia, completely tested my patience and trust. We met in graduate school, bonded over long brainstorming sessions, and spent hours working on ideas together. I thought she was genuine, supportive, and a true friend. The first time she really crossed the line, it was during a group presentation. I suggested a strategy that I had meticulously developed, only to watch her present it as if it were entirely her own work. At first, I froze, thinking maybe I misheard or misremembered, but the smug look on her face told me otherwise. That was the moment I realized something disturbing. Olivia wasn't just ambitious, she was a credit stealer, someone who thrived by taking others' work and passing it off as her own. And over time, it became a repeated, calculated pattern. The betrayal cut deep. This wasn't just about recognition, it was about trust, friendship, and respect. From that day forward, I made a silent vow. I would not let her continue this without consequence. I thought I had a genuine friend in Olivia. We met in graduate school, bonded over late-night projects, and spent countless hours brainstorming ideas for our assignments. She seemed enthusiastic, supportive, and always praised my creativity, or so I thought. The first red flag appeared during a group presentation. I suggested a strategy that I had spent hours refining, and Olivia presented it as if it were entirely her own. I froze, hoping it was a misunderstanding. But the look of smug satisfaction on her face told me everything. From that moment, it became a pattern. She would subtly copy my ideas, tweak them just enough to claim originality, and receive praise from professors and colleagues. When confronted privately, she'd charm her way out, making me doubt myself. The sting of betrayal cut deep. This wasn't just about recognition, it was about trust, friendship, and respect. I felt torn between anger and disbelief. Confronting her publicly risked backlash, but letting her continue unchecked would erode my confidence and credibility. So, I began documenting everything. Screenshots of chat messages, timestamps of idea exchanges, emails, and drafts became my arsenal. Every instance of her stealing credit was meticulously recorded. I also observed her carefully during meetings. Her behavior followed a predictable rhythm. She waited for someone else to introduce an idea, then subtly rephrased it as her own, claiming authority and insight. The more I watched, the clearer the pattern became, and the more certain I was that revenge was not only justified but necessary. I needed a plan that would expose Olivia in a way that couldn't be denied, without putting myself at risk of seeming petty or vengeful. I devised a staged scenario during our next team meeting. I would introduce a new concept and claim it as an experimental idea I had been developing privately. Meanwhile, I would arrange for colleagues to observe every interaction, ensuring witnesses would see who truly originated the idea. I also prepared a backup plan, a series of subtle, accidental leaks that would make it appear as if she was trying to claim credit again, allowing me to catch her red-handed. Every step was designed for maximum impact and undeniable clarity. The meeting day arrived. I presented the idea casually, as part of the discussion, while Olivia attempted her usual tactic, interrupting, reframing, and trying to insert herself as the source. This time, however, everything was documented. Screenshots, timestamps, and witnesses were ready. Colleagues were subtly prompted to notice and question inconsistencies. Her smirk faltered when she realized the setup. Every time she tried to interject as the originator, I countered with evidence, past messages, drafts, and references without even needing to explain verbally. During the discussion, I began revealing the first layer, an email thread showing my original idea sent days prior. Colleagues started murmuring, surprised by the clarity of the evidence. Next, I highlighted a version of the draft, saved in the shared drive under my name and timestamped weeks earlier. Olivia's attempts to interject became increasingly frantic, each effort only reinforcing the truth. The tension in the room escalated. Small revelations every 2-3 minutes kept everyone engaged and allowed the audience to follow my strategic unmasking in real time. The final layer involved showing a compilation of my messages, drafts, and brainstorming notes, a chronological proof that she had repeatedly claimed ideas that were originally mine. By now, Olivia's attempts to justify herself were futile. Witnesses corroborated my story, and she was left speechless. The public exposure was complete, her credibility crumbled, and her repeated manipulations were undeniable. The satisfaction wasn't in humiliation, but in the justice of seeing the truth recognized by everyone. In the following days, colleagues approached me privately to apologize for overlooking earlier instances. Olivia's reputation suffered, as people became more cautious about her contributions. I regained not just my rightful recognition, but also confidence in asserting my ideas and protecting my creative work. The incident strengthened my understanding of boundaries, self-respect, and strategic thinking. After the dust settled, I reflected on the experience. Could I have handled it privately? Perhaps, but her repeated manipulations had crossed a line. The carefully planned exposure was strategic, proportional, and aimed at truth rather than vengeance. I felt no guilt, only satisfaction that fairness had prevailed. I also realized the importance of documentation, awareness, and measured action lessons that would guide me in all future professional and personal interactions. Weeks later, I received genuine acknowledgement for my ideas. Olivia avoided claiming credit in future projects, and I continued to excel, armed with the knowledge that strategic intelligence can turn situations around without compromising morals. For viewers, being used or overshadowed by a manipulative friend doesn't have to end in frustration. With patience, observation, and careful strategy, justice can be served, reputations can be protected, and confidence restored.
Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this, go watch the one on the left and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel for more tales of triumph over injustice and a saga of ultimate revenge.